Welcome back to another podcast. We have a new episode, Walking in Your Purpose, here with us now in our Love podcast, where we let our voices empower. We have Miss Nisha Jennings and also Miss Lachey Chance of Slay Queen's Closet with us, and they're going to be sharing with us today about their journey with their business as far as with Slay Queen's Closet, what actually they've gone through their journey, just giving us their testimony of being young entrepreneurs in this day and age, and going through the things that you have to go through to have a successful business. So today we're going to go ahead and welcome them again. Let's give them a round of applause. Welcome to the show, ladies. We are so glad to have you both. Again, if you just want to either one of you or both of you take turns and just explain to the viewers exactly what is Slay Queen's Closet all about.
Okay, go for it, Nisha.
Wow. Well, first, Courtney, we just want to say thank you for having us on here. Hopefully, I can get through this without crying because I feel like I'm going to get emotional. But we want to just first give God all the glory and the praise for what He has done in our life and what He is about to do in our life. I feel like your podcast is amazing for giving people platforms to speak about their business, to understand the person behind the dream. Right. So first, we want to just say thank you for having us here. So I'll touch a little bit about it. Wow, we've come. It's going on what 2 years, I
Yeah.
think, and we've come so far. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever even dreamed it would be here. This came as a conversation, just a regular conversation that you would have with your friend. Hey, do you like clothes? I like clothes, and God had bigger plans. They always say, tell God your plans and watch him laugh. Well, that's what he's been doing. Um,
Yes.
so it started off just being a boutique. We just wanted to be just a simple boutique, nothing more, nothing less. But like I said, God had a bigger plan for us, and then it turned into a ministry. And then me and Candace found ourselves being in rooms that only God Himself could have put us there. And then we've met so many beautiful and amazing women along the way. And so Slay Queen's Closet was pretty much birthed because, for one, the fashion. And then we also, me and Candace agreed that we felt like God had gotten forgotten in the fashion world. You have these amazing brands and nothing taken from them, but we wanted to have him on the runway. Why can't he not be on the runway? Why can't he not be glorified? Um, why can't we uplift women and let them know that they are beautiful, they are queens? Because let's be honest, you have wives, you have single mothers, and you have all of this, and we have to look beautiful at the same time. So it's tough. So we wanted to be birthed for one, for God to get the glory, but to minister to women, right? Because
Yes.
me and Candace, before we're anything, we are a woman. And someone's called us mommy. And so we can't give up. We have to get up
Yes.
and look cute.
Come
So
on, please.
this is important. This is important for us to have this because we don't just wake up like this. You know,
Right.
we
Right.
have to fight to do this. Like it was a fight for me to lay this hell, but I did it. But we're fighting other things and trials and tribulations, and we still
Yes.
are told to be pretty.
Yes.
Um,
Right.
so it's a lot. So just for us, just ministering to women, and also our prayer is to bring women to God through Slay Queen's Closet. And Candace, if you want to touch
Yeah.
on
I think you
more
did a
of that.
phenomenal job. I think you did a good job. Not to take away from anything. Long story short, it was just two ordinary women, right? That came into connection, and it was divine connection. And
Mm-hmm.
from there, God has showed us gifts that He's put in us. We wasn't even thinking this scale when we started Slay Queens, but it has a vision of wanting to connect with women, to make women of all shapes, sizes, colors know that, hey, if He could do it for me, He could do it for you. right? And
Right.
so clothes has
Mhm.
been kind of the transition of how we've got into both, if that makes sense, ministry
Hmm.
and fashion.
Mhm.
But yeah, we definitely thank God for the opportunity, and that's what it's been. It's just a journey.
Mhm.
Yes, and
Mhm.
I think it's so beautiful that y'all, like I said, that y'all try to tie in both, because there's so many expectations put on us as women, right? We wear so many hats, like you said, mother, we have our jobs, our careers, and we're expected to be spot on all the time. And that can
Yes,
be weighing on your spirit, just on your personal, your mental, to have to be in that kind of a space. And just to have a brand that's all inclusive as well, because, a lot of people do think that fashion cannot be associated with being Christian because there's
sure,
so many
Mhm.
stipulations on what you can wear as a Christian
sure.
woman, what you're supposed to look like as a Christian woman.
Mhm.
And, God even says, come as you are. And I think that's something that blocks a lot of people sometimes from even knowing more about Christ because there's so much judgment put on what you look like, you know?
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
And
Right.
so
I
I
saw.
love that you guys are so like inclusive with all different shapes and sizes, and that you tie
Mhm.
in how yes, you can be a God fearing woman and look absolutely beautiful at the same time. Like we are not all built the same, but yes, we
That's
are
right.
serving the same God. So I
Amen.
love that that's part of what y'all's mission is. I love that about your brand.
Thank
That speaks volumes.
Glory to
Thank you.
God.
Um,
Glory to God.
so do you ever find that you struggle with being in the space that you guys are in as far as comparing yourselves to other brands that may be similar to yours? Do you ever find that struggle in this current space that you're in?
I wouldn't say it's a struggle, if I can,
Hmm.
say that. I think it definitely keeps us because you want to know like what's trending, what's out there, how are you comparing to the competition, right? But for
Right.
us, for us, let's stay on us, right? I think it's more so like creating what's not there. So
Mhm.
it's not a competition versus us continuing to stay with the vision of who we are, if that makes sense. Like what
Yes.
makes us different, and I can only like compare to find that. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
I just feel
Mhm.
like the commonality of what's in the fashion world already is there. Us coming forth, we have to make sure that, like you say, there's expectations if we're claiming who God is. You know what I mean? Like how
Hmm.
we are supposed to present ourselves. And in itself, you get what I'm saying? We are so different. Like I believe you could wear a full body of clothes and be just as attractive, just as, like coming forth as the
Mhm.
next person wearing another boutique, have dress. I mean,
Right.
and I'm not perfect, but
Mhm.
I'm just saying, that's how I tune into, okay, God, show me the difference. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's through
Yes.
other boutiques.
Yes.
Mhm.
Nisha, do you also have that
Absolutely.
same sentiment? Okay. Because the reason why I asked that too,
Um,
and I think, go ahead, go ahead.
okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Because the reason
ahead.
why I want to ask is because I've noticed that a lot with people that start businesses, right? The first thing they do is they compare to themselves to everyone else, right? They don't
Mhm.
they don't focus on just their brand, their business,
Mhm.
and then they find
Mhm.
themselves getting lost, they get frustrated, and then that's how a lot of businesses actually, they cave and they decide not to do it anymore because they see the
Mhm.
next business next to them doing something and
Mhm.
they may not be in that same they compare themselves to them, and then it's like because
Right,
that
Mhm.
one is doing this and they're getting
right,
that kind of
Mhm.
accolade or they didn't get that
right,
kind of feedback
right,
or I'm not doing something right. And so I'm
Mhm.
glad you said that, Lachey, that you focus on what y'all mission is. You do see
Mhm.
what's in the market, you are paying attention to the trends, but you're not following that trend to where you're trying to be like the next. Y'all are
correct.
in your own lane and
Yeah,
you're sailing in that
Absolutely.
own lane, and that's what's making you guys more prosperous because you're focused on what works for y'all and not necessarily what is going on with the masses. So I
I,
really appreciate that.
Mhm.
That's something I've noticed with a lot of people that say they get into these businesses, and it's a hard thing because you got to remember you're stepping out, right? You're taking a chance. You're
sure,
doing something that is not the norm because most people were 9 to 5, and still 9 to 5s and own businesses. But owning
right,
a business is a work in itself, so it's not an overnight thing. And I think a lot of people
Right.
have that thing in their head that if they see the next person making $1 million, but they don't
right,
understand what took that person.
Sure.
to make that
Right.
$1 million. So it's not instantaneous.
Sure.
Um,
Exactly.
so I really appreciate, being clairvoyant about how, yes, you stay in your own lane, you do your own thing. And y'all are not
Mhm.
looking at people as competition. Um, do you
Mhm.
find though that do you ever find that the entrepreneurship part of it, and this ties into your faith, do you ever find that the struggles of the entrepreneurship as far as um making if it's making sales or not getting booked for jobs, things like that, how do you handle the negativity part of it where if you're not accomplishing certain things that you want right at that time, like how does that tie into your faith? What are you guys doing to combat the negativity that comes with sometimes, not necessarily meeting your goals with your
Mhm.
business?
I think I can answer that question because I think a while when we first started this business, I feel as though my mind was so focused on money, 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 sales, sales, sales,
Hmm.
sales, money, 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 money. Let's make the sales. We're gonna be millionaires. Da, da, da. And for me, like God had to deal with me. Um, because yeah, of course you want to get in a business to make money, but my sole focus was on just getting rich. And so
Hmm.
I would even call Candace and be like, I'm so frustrated. This ain't working. But God had to deal with me and really like begin to speak to me and really begin to let me know, like, are you focused on doing this for like just pretty much like clout, just for money so you can be that girl, or for me to get the glory?
Yeah.
Because if you just limit into money, you don't know God, pretty much. I felt
Right.
like God was saying, you just limited to me to money. What I have for
Yeah.
you and her is far more, so much more than just money. So I began to take my focus off of just money and begin to take my focus on, put my focus on the mission and the purpose for
Hmm.
Slate Queen's Closet. Like it's been prophesied to us when we was about to give up, like, no, the world is waiting for Slave Queen's Closet. So I felt like
Yeah.
if God gave somebody that word, who am I to give up? Who am I not to keep going to reap what God has for us on the other side? And it's so much
Mhm.
bigger than money. Money will come because we will be blessed. We have been blessed. But it's so much
Hmm.
a bigger purpose behind Slave Queen's Closet. It's a bigger vision. It's something that's
Yeah.
been birthed in Slave Queen's Closet that He wants me and her to, you know, attract and pull those certain women that feel broken, that feel like,
Yeah.
they can't serve God, that feel like they're hopeless, they're helpless, all of that. So I had to really like check myself and
Hmm.
begin to just trust him and just say, God, have your way with the business at this point and let him lead and take myself out of the driver's seat, right? Because I think I
Right.
was letting my flesh get in the way,
Hmm.
getting beside myself, my head getting big. And God was like, well, I'm going to be over here when you're ready for me. Because, see, you got your hands in it. When you're ready for me
Yeah.
to work, holler at me. And that's how God deal with me.
Right.
Um, so that's the difference. And me and Kim have to stay really committed on our prayer life and all of that because it can get frustrating. But we have to remember God's purpose is far more bigger than what we could ever fathom, dream, and He has a plan for Slave Queen's Closet. So will
Yes.
you trust God, or will you just limit Him and look at the money in the bank?
Yes, absolutely. And I love that you stated that because that is so important that the money will come. If you're
Yeah.
actually focused on your business, the business and the mission that God has laid out, that's gonna come. You just have to focus on the work. Like you just need to put in the work. You need to have that presence. You need to be out there with your mission and be consistent. The consistency is the key to
Right.
having that
Mhm.
success, right? Because you've already like you've laid it out. God's giving you the mission. He's giving you the path to go on. All the other stuff is not for you to worry about. And I
Right,
think a lot of
right.
people, that's what they do. They get into it and it's like, oh, I want to make $1 million. And when you don't make that million,
Mhm.
all of a sudden it's, oh, this isn't working. But you don't understand that this is a work in progress. This is a
Right.
steady
Right.
race. Like it's not a quick race. It's
Yeah.
not
Right.
given to the quick. It's given to the person that's going to be there for the long haul. So you have to put in that
Right.
work. Um,
Right.
and I think that's where a lot of people fall short. And like you said, they put them in it and God is removed. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
God, you got me here to this point, but I'm gonna do me. And it's like, well, that's not how
If
this
I can
works.
add
We
to not
cannot
take
forget
away,
about God.
yeah, if I can add to it,
Yeah.
not take away, I feel like um the weariness is normal, because I want to encourage that next, business owner
Mm-hmm.
that feels like giving up.
Yeah.
It's when you can hold on past what you feel and what you can see. Like, even
Mhm.
let's say if God never gave us the vision, right? And
Right.
we were just walking, we would be in our own strength. And we're human,
Yep.
we got 24 hours a day, we get tired when we don't see. But like Tanisha say, is we had to learn, right? That it was God who called us, and anything grounded in God can only get greater. We just have to be, like you said, consistent and in the picture. So,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I would bring it to Candace, and she would always bring it back to the word, because you know what, you let people get in your head, and you should be made, da, da, da. And it was
Yeah.
influencing my mind, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to step back and be like, do I want the money? I want God, and really just deal with me. And like I was telling
Yeah.
Candace, something has shifted in me where I'm grateful for the money, but it's not my purpose. My
It's not
purpose
your
and my
purpose.
focus is God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
riches, like, you know what I mean? We so focused on that monetary, that physical, but really we're setting up ourselves for the other kingdom. You know what I mean? The work that you're doing
right,
is setting you up for when we actually leave here. It's great to have this, but when you really think about it, the monetary stuff, the physical stuff, like none of that stuff is gonna matter later. You know what I mean?
right,
It's how
right,
you
right,
lived your
right,
Yeah.
life. It's the purpose that you served that God put on you. Did you fulfill that purpose while you were here? So I
Right.
always
right.
think about that too. We're like storing my riches down here. That's not helping me. But the work
Right.
that I put in for the kingdom, that's what's gonna benefit me in the long run. God's gonna continue to bless me as long as I continue on that path of walking in my actual purpose and not just
Absolutely.
what
Right.
Courtney thinks she wants to do.
I mean, and then
Remove
Exactly.
self. I like that. You guys were like,
yeah,
remove yourself.
you
Remove
I
got
had
yourself.
to,
to,
because
and that
you're
was hard.
spending money. You're spending hard-earned money. Like when you first started
Yeah.
business with Courtney, it ain't no grants loan. Is your nine to
It's
five supporting it?
yeah, you're
You
non
hear me?
yes, yes,
And so
ma'am.
when you're sacrificing and you're up fronting all that kind of money, it's gonna take faith. Because people,
Yeah,
like, we had to learn that when you start businesses, you're gonna give more than you get back. And
absolutely.
what it is God, if you're smart about it, if you think about it, it's the relationship. Like for us, our name, who we are, getting rooted and grounded in the earth, right? Is more
Hmm.
important, because when you build relationship before money, relationship lasts longer.
Oh,
You
no,
get
we
what I'm
touching
saying?
on
The
that
Yes,
money
part.
comes from that. Our
yes,
clientele know us because we were there. You know what I mean? It wasn't
Yeah.
like we were rich and we were there. We were there and we was ministering. So sorry, I had to say that.
yes. Girl, listen. Almost, if I had an amen button, I would have put.
It's the truth. It's definitely
No, but
it's
it's true though.
relationship.
It's
It's the
true.
truth.
Yes, yes, and
Yeah.
it's
You
that's
invest so much money.
relationships.
Yeah.
Yes, and really, it's so important. Like you said, because you guys are continuing to get booked based off of the relationships that you've created.
Yeah.
You've built relationships with each one of your clients. That
Hmm.
they trust you. That's a factor too that people don't understand. You have to build a trust factor for people to want to spend money with you, for
Right.
people to want to do
Yes.
business with you. You have to
Yes.
Right.
have, um,
Yes.
you have
Trust.
to have some kind of like a not legacy, but the word I'm looking for is like a reputation. Your reputation
Yes.
has to
Yes.
say that you are a trustworthy person, you're a person that's on time. I
Listen.
know if I call you, you're
I
gonna be
believe
here.
is the truth. I believe a good name is better than riches. The word says it. Come on, God.
Yes, it does. It
Hmm.
does.
It'll take us into rooms, it's like Chris Classic, yeah, and you know what I mean. That's how we get to the next level, like you say. So we patient.
Yeah.
Yes,
We thank God for the
yes,
ministry, even in our lives, because
Right.
it's not easy. You know what I
It's
mean?
not.
It's a part of the testimony. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's not. And
yes,
then also, how
absolutely.
many women come to us and say, and I never thought about it. I've had a lot of women come to me and say, I've been waiting for a Christian boutique. I didn't even know what
Mm-hmm.
you need for it until I
Yeah.
hear it. I'm like, a Christian boutique? Because
Yes.
in my mind, I'm like, oh, we are a Christian boutique. And a lot of women are like, I didn't want to model for any other designer unless it was God fearing. So a lot of women have been
Hmm.
waiting for this. And I'm like, that
Yes.
blows my mind. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still just trying to take it all in. This is all God's plan. And every day I wake up like I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I cannot. I'm still trying to take it in, you know.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's not easy because you are investing your money um, and time, and that's why it's good for us to have these podcasts. Is because you know, we have to both of us stay prayed up because anytime you're doing any type of ministry, the devil go attack. And has he
Yeah.
attacked on us individually? Yes.
Oh
They
yes.
are
Oh
there. The relationship between me and her, if we are not grounded in God, we would just walk away.
Come on, God.
We would just
yes.
walk away and the devil would get the last laugh. So for us, before there's a Slay Queen's closet, our faith must come first,
Yes.
right? Because that's the
Absolutely.
foundation. I promise y'all, just telling Candace, anytime we have an event, it's like we get attacked that week.
Come on. Come on.
That's
Before
how
this
you know.
podcast.
That's I promise you. That's
Yeah.
how you know you doing
Mhm.
something right. This last event we did, Candace was getting attacked. The devil was coming for her son. So all I know
Oh
is to pray.
wow.
I will call on every prayer warrior in Orlando, Florida. Pray.
He ain't lying
Before
Oh
then,
my God.
we had a conference, Queens walking into destiny. Well, I couldn't even walk. I broke
Mm.
my leg. 2 days before the event, the doctor told me I advise you to just stay home. I said, lady, you don't understand what I got to do. Ain't no staying home. Just go ahead and tell me how to walk in these crutches. I got
Yep.
things to do. And I walked and
Yes.
looked in there wrapped up, looking good. See, the devil don't know who he's messing with.
No.
And
No.
God got the glory from that event. And he
Yes.
got the glory from that event where Kid's son was attacked. This is the test.
It's a part
Will
of
you
our
Yes.
it's a part of
fight?
our testimony. It's a part of the testimony. It's definitely a part of testimony. Like it's like God, I don't know how to even explain it. I just feel like he's just taking us through a journey like that is gonna have to be so relatable to the next. Like only person that's gonna understand it is somebody that's walking through it. You
That's
hear
walking
me?
through it.
But
Yes.
those are the
Yes.
ones that's gonna need the encouragement. And if we don't have that anointing to say,
Yes.
hey, I don't been there. You hear
Been
me?
there.
And
Yes.
so yeah, we thank God. I thank God for the agreement. I think there's power in agreement. And for
Yes, there
Tanisha, when
is.
she's weak, I'm strong, and it's almost like the opposite.
Mhm.
So 1,000, 2, 10,000. So we coming
Yeah.
for it all.
I was just telling Candace laugh. I said I compare our relationship. I don't know what the ride is, but it's on the playground where two people get on it and one go up and one go down. But
Isn't it
at the
called
whole
a
time,
seesaw?
the seesaw,
Is it a seesaw?
somebody is always in
Tanisha,
control. So when
right,
you up, I'm holding but somebody we gonna always go up when we going down, but somebody's always controlling because we all when she's up.
yeah,
Most of the time, something
Yeah.
going on with me, I'm down, and vice
Yeah.
versa. But it's
yeah.
always like that. You have to have that's important in sisterhood. I'm
In
Yes.
understanding
life,
now
in life, to
in
have
life.
somebody to agree
Period.
with
Yeah.
you. You hear
Easy
me? Don't call the
to
person that's gonna say, "Oh, feed into your fear." And so
right,
that's what this
Yes.
shit for
There
me.
you
right.
go.
You know what
Because
I
it's
mean?
so
Yes.
You
easy
gotta
to
have
have.
somebody that's gonna say, "Yes, let's go."
Let's go. Because
Yes.
it's so easy. Let's talk about it. It's so easy to have your turn up buddies, club buddies,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
drunk buddies. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. Me and Candace met off of that. We honey, turn up, turn down, shut the whole club down. And then we go home, and then what? But I'm talking about that friend. I said, well, friend, I'm thinking about committing suicide today.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have done that. I've had a friend, and Tiffany, well, I texted him and said, I'm gonna kill myself. I was ready to go ahead and take my life over a man. And I sent them all the
Look at
texts.
God.
I have done that.
Ooh,
And then I cut my phone off on them. But
ooh.
how about even when she couldn't get in contact with me, she was on her knees praying because she was out of town. She couldn't get to me.
Yeah.
You understand? I need somebody's gonna say in the name of Jesus and go into prayer. You understand? You
And
need
serious
that
prayer. Yes. Intercession.
serious
Yes.
prayer. Because this
Intercede on your
life
behalf.
will make you just want to end it if you do not have that faith or if you don't know Jesus Christ or if he's not in your life. So the
Yeah.
circle of people, I ain't talking about just anybody. I'm talking about prayer warriors. I can say
Yes.
we are blessed to have some prayer warriors on the what? Call them
Yes.
up, main line, on the speed dial that will go into prayer. We have some phenomenal women around us that things are okay. They praying right now. Pray, 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 pray.
Mm-hmm.
Just praying. You got to,
Yeah.
because you never know when you're gonna be attacked. I
No,
told
you
Kennedy when
don't.
things going good, I get nervous. Okay, something about to go down. You understand?
Yep.
Because I never really knew to pray when things going good. Oh, you need to.
You need to. Good or
You
bad.
need to because the
Prayer is
attacks gonna
consistent.
come.
Yes.
So I'm thankful for the powerful women that we have around us. You know, the girls that we have model for us, they're more just the models. They're our sisters in Christ. They cover us. Like I was saying, when I broke my leg, I had the girls over here helping me pack the car, stay in the night. Like it's amazing when you have people around you that see the purpose too,
Yes.
and they see the vision too. Ain't no jealousy. Sis, we want you to win.
I want you to
So I'm
win. Yes.
thankful for the women.
I think that is such a big thing that y'all said just now. Like, you have to have the right
You
people
do. You
around
do.
you. And I think people get so caught up in that, you want this big entourage, but everybody's not meant to go on this walk with you, right? And everybody's not built that way. You have to have certain people in place, like you said, prayer warriors, not just people that talk, but that can literally intercede on your behalf when you are
Mhm.
really going through stuff like that. Like, you
Come
need those
on.
people. Like, I don't know which one of y'all said it, but you don't want the one that's gonna, like, feed into your fear. I think that was you. Feed into your fear. You want that one that's gonna be like, girl, no, we got this. Let's go. Let's get up.
Let's go to
We're gonna
front.
do
Let's go to
this today.
war. It's like
Yeah.
going
Yes.
to war. I make a joke. Like I promise you, I feel like when you be in a tent, you gotta go to war. Like put the blast up on your eyes. It's almost like you're going
Mm-hmm.
to school and let's go. I'm talking about some real prayer warriors that's gonna go to war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't have her. I'm talking about that's what we be needing.
Yeah.
When
Cause
Candace
he
son was in the
prays on
hospital,
it.
I'm sorry. When Candace's son was in the hospital, I had everybody on their face because I understood the attack, what
She's
he was
not
doing.
lying, Miss Courtney. She's not lying.
I
Yeah.
Everybody.
called it truth.
And
Everybody. Everybody.
I,
Because my grandma always told me the more people you got going to war, baby, praying for you, God got to shift something. So I
yeah.
know that.
Amen.
That was instilled in me. I called
And I
everybody.
remember seeing that too.
Yeah.
I
I
remember
went to
seeing that post
Facebook.
from you, Nisha, about Lachey, and I didn't know what was going on, but
Yeah.
it led me to want to pray for her because I was like, she's going through something. So yeah, pray
Come
for her.
on, God.
Like, I don't need to
Come
know
on.
your personal business to pray for
Come
you. You
on.
know what I'm saying?
Come
So
on.
I thank
yeah,
God for that because it was the toughest fight, right? Especially when it's your child. And he's my
yeah,
oldest child. So I'm sleeping in the hospital for days at a time. You know what I mean? I'm not even in my mind. So to have Tanisha standing behind me and being able to do the work that I was too weak to do, that was a blessing. It was a
Because
blessing.
I know
And
she would have done the same for me,
he's
you
fine.
yes.
know?
And
Um,
I love that.
So
I
yeah.
love y'all
so that's
connection
what
like that. That y'all can stand in the
it's
gap for
all
each other.
about.
That is so rare. I don't know if y'all understand how rare that is to have somebody that can literally, like, because people always worry about their blood, right? My blood, my blood. But sometimes blood is not even the one that you sometimes can depend on. It could be the person that's not your blood that literally stands in the gap for you when you need it. Like, so
I'm
I
learning
love
it.
that y'all have that kind of connection. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's rare. It's God ordained. You can tell that
It,
God has placed both of y'all in each other's life for this reason, for this purpose. It's a beautiful thing to see.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
it is all
truly
God.
like,
We
it's an
appreciate it's
amazing
all
thing.
God.
it was so
And don't
opposite.
think
That's
people
the thing. We were so Tanisha is hilarious. So when you
yeah,
get to know her,
it's all God.
addicted. Addicted.
Yes,
It's
it's
all
big
God for
too.
it. And don't sit here and just think that we perfect because we go through our
No,
ups and the ups. It's been many times that I just don't like her, you know.
right?
But I love her.
But you love her though.
Or I may not like her, but can't nobody else say no about her. You understand?
No, no,
You
no.
go through that,
Yeah.
but we
Yeah, we do.
always come
We do.
through.
Yeah.
We always are very professional. You'll never catch us having no blowout at no event. We always are professional because we know we have a job to do for God. It's not about
Yes.
Candace, about me. We have a job to do, and the show
Yeah.
must go on with God.
Right.
Um,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I'm just
No, I
saying,
was
like,
just
I think what she's basically trying to say is like we're human, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, it's so rare because for me, and if I could be honest, I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest?
Absolutely. You can be absolutely honest.
Women,
Yes, please.
women has a bondage to where they don't see, and I'm not trying to be stereotypical, but it's the truth. Like I could walk in a room and intimidation flows before. Wow, you know what I mean? Like, who is she? I
Mm-hmm.
want, like women, the connection between women. Let's just be what it is. So my thing is, God, help me be like the picture of how you can celebrate your sister. You hear me? You
Yes.
can celebrate her. You can encourage her. You could be in her life. You know what I mean? And y'all could go up and down. I think our boutique is the reason why we have to set our own personal aside. Is what
Mm-hmm.
when the events come up and we angry, it's like, okay, God, I know I'm mad at Tanisha, but I know I got to walk in my purpose. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so I don't know. It brings the realness to our relationship as well. You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
Absolutely.
I
It
thank
does.
God
Yeah.
for the
Right.
connection being Slay Queens because it keeps it beyond us.
Right.
I don't
Yes.
know.
We have to understand the trick of the enemy. If the devil could break us up, you understand? For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, devil, what you see around the corner, you trying to fight so hard to keep me and Candace wrong. So he don't
Yeah.
know. Oh, I'm gonna fix his friendship. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. Listen, I apologize because I want what he see around that corner. Why you
Right?
fighting so
Absolutely.
hard?
Come
Yeah.
on, God. Come on.
Yeah.
And
You want to
yeah,
break up so hard.
yeah, yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
Tanisha was the first person who ever gave me a birthday party. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, because I am such an introvert, right? I'm in the corner if you see me in the room. You hear me? And Tanisha's
That's
opposite. Am I lying, Tanisha? We walk in, we go somewhere, she walking first, I'm behind her. You hear me? Lead,
I got
Tanisha.
talking about the whole Orlando. We
But
like
she
yeah.
night
came
and
in
day.
my life. She came in my life and she massaged things that God was trying to touch. And because family, the enemy wanted it to be an issue with family, God had to go around family and
Mhm.
come with somebody who don't know me, right? And
Yep.
just begin to be able to touch places and introduce me to love in its rawest form.
Right.
Yeah, I get it,
Yes.
I
Tanisha.
tell people all the time when I met Candace, it was almost like because Candace, she had been through some things. You know, we all have, and so was a wall
Yeah.
up. So I almost
Right.
like felt like I had to date her in a sense. Like I had to get the wall up because I understand. Um, for me, I pride myself on being a good friend. You know, so
Yes.
for me, like it was different for me. Like I just shared a picture. Like I was Miss Ninth Grade. I was always the popular girl, the captain of the cheerleading team, the captain over praise dance in church. So for me, I was always used to be around crowds of
Mm-hmm.
people. School, 30 girls walking behind me. That was my clique. So it was different for me. And so it was always parties. And for me, I buy my friends stuff all the time. And so when I met her and she told me like she had never had a birthday party, she don't know she was telling me that, but I'm a fixer because
Right.
I don't need nothing from anybody. I just like to put smiles on people. And I think that's why God always blesses me because I'm always coming from the heart. Once I do
Right.
that, I feel like my job is done. I don't need nothing from you. So in my
Yeah,
mind, I knew I had a mission to make that the best party because people remember that. And I
Mm-hmm.
know you can talk
Yeah, you
all you,
can.
but people
But
need to
that
see
memory,
actions. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And so I just was
Yeah.
trying to show her like there are good people. There are people that take the word friendship seriously. Let me
yeah,
Yeah.
show you.
right, right.
Yes.
And I've been
You know?
betrayed, so it's like it was such a God healing thing. It is, it is.
Yeah.
That's amazing though. And I think a lot of people struggle. That honestly, I'm a little bit of both of y'all. Cause when I met when I met Nisha, she is just what she says. She's the talker. She's like, hey, girl, how you doing? You know, that when we met, that's how she
Yeah,
was. So she is not lying.
yeah,
And I'm more the introvert person. I latch on to certain people. You know, like I'm very like kind of like you. Like I'm like, all right, I don't trust everybody, but once you in my good, you're in my space, we good. But yeah, I'm kind of like, I only do certain people, and so yeah, I was hurt a lot to where I had that guard up. So it's interesting you brought that up because that's the same thing. A lot of us suffer from that. We've been hurt by a lot of people, and then we just build up this like wall where it's like, no, you're not getting in. I don't trust you. I don't know you. I'm
right.
good. I'm gonna stay to myself. I don't need no help. I'm gonna do this by myself.
Yeah,
And so it took someone just like me to getting to me,
yeah, yeah.
so that,
Mm.
like you said, it was like almost like I put them through an interview, like they had to date me. Like, okay, we're gonna do
Yeah.
this for some months before I really like
Right.
come out my shell. I'm
Right.
gonna give you bits and pieces.
That's how I felt. Like I was having
Yeah,
to court her. You know,
it was
I
like,
remember seeing her because we first met at Fairwinds. I remember no matter what Kenda's going through, she never looked like what she going through. And I remember seeing this beautiful chocolate girl walk in. I still remember she had on jeans, and I call it the Michelle Obama white
oh Lord,
shirt. It was tied up
Not
in a
the
bow,
Michelle
and she
Obama.
had the most beautiful bob. It was just, and I was like,
Tanisha.
she's so beautiful, but why is she so mad? Not knowing. She was
Mhm.
dealing with some things. I was too. But in my
Yeah.
mind, I was like, I want to be her friend because she was just so beautiful to me.
And
Yeah.
And
Tanisha
I
was
want
so
to know why she was
lovely.
so mad. You
Yeah,
know,
it's this
so
why this is my face. But Tanisha is so warming though. Like you said, you've met her, you know her energy. She's a great
Mhm.
company. She's great
I'm gonna make
company.
you
She
talk to
So
me.
even
is.
with our stuff, it's like I can't even stop laughing at her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you talk to me. I don't know why
She's
queens are
such a trip.
introverts. I'm gonna be like, hey girl, hey. And so,
Mhm.
and you know why I'm like that? Because like Candace, I grew up with jealousy. A lot of jealousy because I'm the only child on my mom's side. My mama was a school teacher. I come from a amazing family, so clothes and appearance and Sunday best and get my help. That was a big thing. So my
Mhm.
mom overly spoiled me, right? Like I would have new clothes the whole year, and so because of that, it came with jealousy, a lot of jealousy. So when I got old, I said I don't want to be that. Like I didn't understand how you could not like a person or a young lady because
Mhm.
she's pretty or because she dressed, right?
Yeah.
So I told myself I'm never gonna be that. So I vowed to like if I see a young lady that's pretty or have on something nice, I'm like, girl, you wearing it. But I see like some people don't know how to take that. They think something wrong with you. Do you like girls?
Yeah.
Why just can't say that you cute? Because it's such a norm, and I feel like our race was hard to give
Mhm.
another black woman a compliment. Like why?
Yeah.
So I know for me, I'm trying to get out of that. Like sis, I like to say like sis, I see you. I want to see you
Yes.
win. You rocking that girl.
Yes.
You understand? Like it's okay.
Absolutely.
It's
It's okay to tell her she cute.
Yes.
You
It's
know,
that's a
without being
big
jealous.
thing, and yeah, it's a big thing in our community. Like you said, when it's in our community, and I've been talking about this a couple of times and some other things in our community. There's so many things rooted that we have been just trained over what the past, I'm even going to say it, back from slavery. We've just been conditioned to do
Mm,
certain things in our community that we have to get away from, whether it's, like you said, jealousy. Sometimes it's even like based on skin color. You're lighter than her, or she's
yes.
darker.
Come
And,
on.
you know what I mean?
Come
It's
on.
just so much that's thrown into just what we've been taught throughout
And it
history
starts with
from
their
our,
own. Yeah.
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 And so it's
mhm,
like, we have to break those generations. It's a generational curse. Me and my
Yeah.
husband
mhm,
talk about this all the time. Generational curses. We have to get into that area of breaking these things. And like you said, choosing to be like, no, I'm not going to dislike her just because she's pretty. Why do I dislike her because she's pretty? Why do I dislike her because she happens to have a darker hue than me? Like why? But she's gorgeous. Like what's wrong with that? Why do I care if her hair is blonde and mine is black? Why do I care? You know? And those are just things that we've been conditioned to just tear each other down. And we also do something where we hoard, right? Like we
mhm.
hoard things we don't want to share with the other person,
Right.
because we feel like we have to keep it to ourselves. And it's like we can actually like help each other become better, because you see other ethnicities doing this. You see people
Yeah.
that don't look like us
Yeah.
that work
Stand with
together,
each
and then
other.
they
Right.
build these
Yeah.
big things. They have generations of their people that are going to be wealthy. They buying land, and they working together for
That's
one
so
purpose.
good.
Yeah. It's so
But
sad because
us,
you see other cultures doing that, right?
yeah,
Other
but
cultures doing
us,
it.
no,
I don't
we
know
we
what it
have to be
is.
like, no, I got to look better than the next one. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, and just really quick, because I know we've been talking forever, but I am a teacher, right? And so we recently, I was telling Tanisha, we started, another teacher wanted me to start a fashion club. And at first I'm like, God, I don't know how to, like, I know adult women, but children, but then God had to remind me just of that, because I believe it start young. Like you said, like it's that she's lighter than me. When I was young, I don't know about y'all, but I was the outcast because I was dark skinned. Come on, somebody, let's be
Oh
real.
yeah,
So, and
I've
then
seen
yeah,
it.
like look how what kids don't understand is time change. With time things change. And so as a
mhm,
child, I could have took that the wrong way and really just, and I did a lot of days, that
Hmm.
self-confidence. And so
Yeah.
I don't know. Long story short, with this fashion club, that's what I'm coming for. Is them same girls that can work together versus like putting each other down for whatever reason in their mind that they're conditioned to do. So I like that.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
amazing.
If you
You
want to also
constantly
share
know.
that too, please share that with me too, so we can get that information out in the podcast as well. Because I would love for more people to learn about what you're getting ready to do at your school.
Thank you.
That's
Pray for
awesome.
me. Pray for me. Thank you.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Nisha, you
I
was gonna
think
say
that's
something?
important. Like you were saying, breaking generation curses, um, And for me, I know Kenny's went through something, but growing up, a lot of people look at us, or they look at us and think, oh, they was good girls. I even joke and tell Candace, and she always be like, I just can't see it. But that is part of my story. And like I was saying, because I had to deal with so much hate, I just stayed fighting. I just fought, just fight, 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 fight. Because you get tired of, people bothering you or feel like you're being bullied. So I would
Right.
just fight. And so that got me into places I, not happy about, but I will speak about because it made me be the woman I am, but it got me to going to juvenile and all types of things. But I remember my last program, the judge was like, I'm just tired of seeing your face because my attitude was just, I don't care, whatever. He got me with
Right.
this young lady that had her own program called Cats, and she was a pastor. And so the requirement was every Sunday we had to go to church, and I would always sit in the back because I ain't want God. God for what? But she knew she kept bringing me to church. I was in the atmosphere. Something had to shift. She didn't have to focus on me, but something was gonna shift. And I remember that day, the Holy Ghost just got hold of me, and I went walking down the church, and she went to scream, "Hallelujah!" Because I was her biggest test. She could not break me,
Yes.
and I believe that's the day I gave my life to God. But that's why, I
Amen.
love talking to young girls because I didn't did it all. You know what I mean? But I feel
Amen.
like God was building me up to be this woman. Because had I had not gone through that, how could I even be talking to y'all today about who I am today? So I had to go
Exactly.
through that. But I have people still praying for me, didn't give up on me. And so I thank God for that. And I thank God I had to go through that because it really made me turn to the woman I am today. I know
Amen.
Candace
Yes.
also has a testimony, but as I always say, it's good to know the woman behind the story,
Yeah.
because people
Yes.
just see me and Candace and think we have no problems, we have no trials.
Yeah.
And yes,
Yeah.
we are pretty, but there's so much more to us than our looks. We have been through some
Yes.
things, you know. That's why I feel
Yes.
it's good to get to know people because it can change your whole mindset. Like, oh my God, they like me. Yes, yes,
Yes.
I am, girl. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's my
Yes,
take.
that's absolutely why I wanted you guys on here because again, people only see, what they see at your shows. They see you guys smiling, they see you looking gorgeous, dressed up, they see your models, but they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. They don't know your
Or the hell
everyday
we had to
struggles
go
that you
through to
guys
get to
have.
it. Or the hell we
Yeah,
had to go through that week to get to that show. Come on, somebody.
yes. Yes, and they don't know, the mental things that y'all are going through on a daily just to stay, stay in the business and stay focused and keep your faith. And that's why it was so important. I wanted you guys to be on here so that you could really let people know like your stories and your side of exactly
Mhm.
what you go through and what, the struggles that you have. And so
Right.
people see that it's not just they communicate, not communicate, but they connect with you guys as
Yes,
human beings,
more.
because a lot of people see you as your business and then they don't
Mhm.
connect that there's a human being behind that
And we're
and that you have real
normal.
emotions, you have real
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're definitely normal. Like it took somebody to inspire me to say, let's start a business. Another black young woman, my god sister, she started and she was working at Wendy's, and it was so
Yeah.
astonishing. I was like, but she had a house full of boxes from manufacturers that she bought clothes from. And I'm like, well,
Hmm.
God, I like fashion. If she could do it, I could do it. So if I could click that for somebody else, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
One, I always say each one teach the next one. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Mhm.
you can get inspired from the next person. So,
Mhm.
and like I said, it's a connection, it's a realness, and
Yeah.
it's being transparent. And I love that you guys were so transparent on the show,
Mhm.
explaining some of the things and just being open about some of the things you have experienced. Again, like you
Mhm.
said, dealing with your child, that was just my heart broke. You know what I mean? Like it really did because I'm a mom too. We're all moms, and
Yeah.
going through stuff like that with your child, that's very scary. And a lot of people don't understand. You're human. You have these things that happen to you. So, just making sure we have those kind of connections and keeping it real as possible. Like I tell people, this
Right.
podcast for me is something that I didn't really want to get back into, but I had to pray about it because the
Mhm.
first time I kind of did something similar to this, it was like Nisha said, I was thinking about money, I was thinking about myself, I was thinking about what I'm gonna look like. It was all Courtney, 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 Courtney. There was no real purpose
Mhm.
behind it, right? And
Mhm.
so I shut it down, and then it kept coming back to me like, you need to get on camera, you need to get on camera, you need to get reach out to people, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, for what? Why am I doing this? And it kept coming back because people need to hear the voices of others. People need
Yeah.
to hear the stories of
Yeah.
others. And it was
Yes.
like others kept coming up, others,
Yes.
others. So it's
Yes.
not about you,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
about the
Oh, that's so
others.
good. That's so
And so
good.
I'm like, okay, so it's not about me. This is
Yes.
Yes,
me
that's so
creating a
good.
platform so that others
Hmm.
can get up here and they're going to show their stories. They're going to talk about the goodness of God, their
Yeah.
faith, and God's going to get the
So
glory. And
good.
that's who this is for. It ain't
Absolutely.
about me. It doesn't matter no more.
That's so
And
That's so
good.
good
so,
you say that because that
yeah,
was hard for me because you have your stuff in the way, but you're not letting God do what He need to do. That was hard for me to move out the way because
yeah,
I'm such a control person. But I
yeah,
can't. We can't do it on our by ourselves. As we crazy. So I'm like, okay, God. So that's so good that you realized that, and thank God you
yeah,
realized it and came back because you are the
You
vessel
opened the
for
door for
God.
us.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. We
yeah,
thank you for the opportunity in the space. So your obedience was connected to us and how many other people. So I
yes,
mean, thank you for your amen. Come on.
And we all need each
yes.
other.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all
Yes, we do.
need
We
each
do.
other. As
We do.
women, we need to understand that. I know one of my good friends, Monique, I love her too. She does many things in the women empowerment, but she made me
Yes.
think about that. We are stronger together. Do you
Yes.
Yeah,
understand how forceful it would be if we all lined up as
Shout
women?
out to
yeah,
Woo. Shout out to Woo. What's her
All colors.
company?
Oh,
What
Woo, um, Women Empowerment.
no
She's having a event coming up June 22nd. I
yes.
seen the link, but she does all women empowerment,
She's a
building
phenomenal woman.
platforms for other
oh, nice.
women.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
She
going to
gave
have
us
to
our
give me her
first fashion
information
show.
too when we get
So
done.
Yeah, I
what's the
will.
name of it, Tanisha? Isn't it Women of Orlando? Is that what it stands for?
Yeah,
Woo, right?
Women of
Women of
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yeah,
And
Women of
so
Okay.
Orlando. Hmm.
she's another
Yeah,
one that God had to show me, like, whoa, like a woman can be empowered and draw other women. Like we went to
Hmm.
go see
yeah,
The Color Purple all together. They rented out a movie
Hmm.
theater, and it was all the members, and we watched. It was phenomenal. Like to know a sisterhood,
Hmm.
Like I
Hmm.
don't know.
She gave us
Shout
yeah,
our
out.
first fashion show, and she was the one that prophesied to us that
Yeah.
other doors were going to open. Also, another good friend of us, Marie, follow Shot the Dreams Experiences. She gave us our first own fashion show. I mean, she came and I told kids in my inbox, like, God told me to tell you it's your time. I'm like, lady, who is you? You crazy. And so I didn't
yeah,
respond for a day. I thought she had lost her mind. And she came back and was like, I don't think you heard me. God said it's time for you guys to get from under people, and I'm
Yeah.
going to give you your own show. And our relationship
mm-hmm,
has taken off. The doors God has opened for us, people
yes,
like me be on the phone with millionaires I would have never have met
yes,
in my own flesh blows my mind. And people that
yes,
are millionaires, but they're so humble.
yes. They
Not
are.
stepping up, just humble. It's
Yes, they
it
are.
lets you know it's only a higher power. There's no way me and kids are using our
Hmm.
flesh. It's only
Yes,
God. And so I tell people, me, I'm a ride or die for God. Like I like love me some God. If you watch my page all day, every day,
mm-hmm,
Jesus, 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 Jesus. I tell people if you don't like it, you're more than welcome to delete. But even then, that's not
yeah,
gonna stop me from talking about God because you have
right.
to understand my test and what I've been through and why I won't shut up. If you understood
Yeah,
that, you will understand my glory and my praise. So
absolutely.
we are just thankful.
Girl, yes. So
What
thankful.
God is
So
doing.
thankful.
Yeah,
He's
He's
doing
doing our
amazing things. Like I love it. I just love having y'all on here. Again, I can't
Thank
stress that enough because I really
thank
have
you.
been excited the past couple of weeks. Like I'm like, all right, this is the week. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. You know,
Thank
because I've just really wanted to get y'all on here because I just feel like y'all just have one of the most awesome brands I've seen right now. Especially like I said, y'all are so inclusive. And just knowing you, Nisha, just from where we came from, I just knew like we need to get this going. And I'm so glad I had a
thank
chance to meet you as
thank
well,
you for having us.
Jay, because you said some stuff on here, girl, that was so powerful. Like
To God
And
be the
she's
I
a
just
glory.
preacher
know,
kid. She's a
To
pastor
God be
kid.
the glory.
Come
I
on,
don't
God.
say that,
She don't
Tanisha.
want to
Yeah,
talk
preach.
about her testimony, but people got to understand
Listen.
what's going to draw women. I'm not scared to say I done jumped out some windows, stole my mama car,
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to be
We were
fast,
definitely the
just
prodigal
jump out of
son.
school for a boy. Like that's what made me
yeah,
who I am. I ain't
Yeah,
ashamed about
yeah,
my testimony, but
I
she came
am.
from a
Lord help
powerful.
me. Y'all
She
gonna have
should.
to
She comes from a powerful
ask
family.
me later. Ask me
No,
later. I might tell you.
I'm waiting on her to tell. I don't know why she trying to act humble, not tell the stories. pastor's kid, but how many know
Listen,
she wanted the world? You understand?
Yeah.
But guess what?
I
God
would,
brought it back to him. So
yeah, yeah,
she got a testimony too. But God, we
yeah,
say, but God.
But
yeah.
God, yes,
That's
ma'am.
what's gonna bring
To
you
God be the
people
glory.
is when it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be relatable. If you ain't
Relatable.
been, I know this gonna sound crazy. If you ain't been shot, starved, homeless, abused, all that, I ain't gonna listen to you. I need to
Yeah.
know all that.
You
Don't
so
come to me talking about
she's
your
so
work.
silly. Look
I
at you
need
going
all of it.
everything. Shot. She said shot Atkins.
All of that.
Yes.
Because if you talk about your life perfect, you're not gonna
Yeah.
make me God.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
You done
No.
been through
No.
what? And you still on your
Yeah.
knees? I need to know your God. I
Yes.
need to know your
Yes.
God. It
Yes.
got to be
Ye-
relatable for me. And
Yes.
that's what makes
Oh,
us so unique because we are just like the next woman. We've been broken,
And we're
yes.
hurt,
wanting to grow.
abused.
We're gonna grow, and we want to
Yeah,
take people on the journey. So let's,
yeah.
like we started there, we're here now, and we know that God has greater works. He's called us to greater works. So if we can, God, it's almost like what my bishop said. He said, the tree by the fruit it bears, right?
By the
And
fruit
Amen.
it
so if
bears. Yes,
God is
ma'am.
the vine, right? I want my life to glorify Him. If I could be the fruit, I'm not perfect. I'm one of them
Mhm.
Christians that the hardest part is surrenderance. Come on, let me be honest. Did you talk about my daddy was a pastor? Yeah, but I was the prodigal son. You hear me? My
Yeah.
mama didn't know
Yes.
nothing about twerking, but I'm just stopping. But all I'm saying is, it's definitely the testimony that I think that God gets all the glory. That's why I'm in it for. It's okay, God. You want me to do this? I don't know the first thing about anything, but if you get the glory, my yes, I'll give you my yes. So
I'll
we'll
give you
get
my
there.
yes.
All he needs is your yes, and he'll
Yeah.
do
Yes.
the rest. Come on,
Listen.
God.
Oh, all right.
Write that down. Write that down.
You so
All
Yes.
he
silly.
needs is your
She
yes,
talking about write it down. Leave it
and
alone,
he
bro.
will
Yes.
do the rest.
He will do the rest. You better come on
So
here
get you on
now.
the stage. Come
This
on,
was
God.
good.
This
This was
girl
such a
ready
good
to preach.
conversation.
This
Yeah.
was, I also, like I said, I can't say it enough. I love having both of y'all on here. This is not the
And
last time. No, I don't want this to be a first and the last. So I definitely
not at all.
want to bring y'all back
Yes.
on a different day and
Yes.
maybe
Of
get into some
course.
more testimonies and
Of
some more
course.
information on
Absolutely.
some new things y'all are going to be doing because I know there's going to be more now because it's going to be more coming. We already
Let's
know
go.
this. We know there's
Keep
more
us in
Thank
coming.
you.
prayer.
And we pray
So
that God gives you
Prayer.
back everything you poured into us, Miss Courtney. Thank you for the
Amen. And
opportunity.
double.
Yes, this is the
And
first
we want to
podcast. Come on, you are in the Slay Queens book. Come on.
come on.
So
And
thank
we
you.
want to
yes,
start our church out. Jump
Jump.
yes,
ministry
please
church.
do.
Yes. We'll go to
Start that
Jump
out with
Ministries.
Pastor Headboard
Yes.
and Lady
They're that
Headboard.
fruit that's bearing us too. So if it
Yeah.
wasn't for a great church family, the word, you know what I mean, that's being input in us. Yeah, Tanisha, you're so right. Shout out to Bishop. Help her.
Not the
Yeah.
bishop. Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Amen.
We are
Amen.
so grateful.
So we're gonna go ahead and close this out, ladies. Again, I thank you so much, the ladies of Slay Queens Closet, y'all. We're gonna have all their information
Thank you.
listed in the podcast. Also, we'll have it on all our social medias as well, so you can reach out and tag them or shop on their site, of course. Shop.
Thank you.
So we're gonna make sure you get all that information. Again, we thank you guys so much for tuning in with us
Thank
today. We
you.
hope you were
Thank
blessed
you.
by
Yes.
all the information. Again, we love you guys, and we just
Yes.
want you to continue to be kind to each other. All right, love you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Blessings
you.